Hello, Gold viewers from around the world. I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife and one of the MCs here at Gold. And here at Gold, we're preparing for our Gold Lactation Online Conference of 2022. And I have one of our speakers here with me. With me here is Andini Pramono. Welcome, Andini.
Hi, Kristen.
It's lovely to have you here, and thank you for taking time out of your busy day to chat with me here. First of all, where in the world are you located?
Yeah, thank you, Kristen. It's nice to see you with the Zoom. I am now in Canberra, Australia, because currently I'm undertaking a PhD at Australian National University.
Wonderful. And Andini, originally you are from Indonesia, is that correct?
Yes,
Very
that's correct.
wonderful, wonderful. So tell us a little bit about how long have you been in Australia working on your PhD?
Yeah, I moved to Australia since 2018. And I bring my family with me, my husband and my 2 children here with me as well.
Wonderful. So yeah, and so during the pandemic, you were not able to go home to Indonesia, right? You were basically
Yeah,
located in
yeah.
Australia. Yeah.
I haven't been come to Indonesia for the last 2 years, so I've been missing them. Yeah.
Yeah, you must be missing your family that is still back
Yes.
there. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. But you're busy working on your PhD. That's fantastic news. And the topic of your presentation will be part of your is what you've been working on, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. So the presentation you will have with us here at Gold is titled What's New with the 10 Steps to Successful Breastfeeding Updates and its Costs, Benefits, Implication. So before we get into that, how did you get interested in the topic of the 10 steps? And tell us a little bit about what are the 10 steps for our viewers who are maybe not so familiar with, the 10 steps.
Yeah. So the beginning is when I have my 2 children. With the first one, when I was pregnant with my first daughter, I don't know anything about how to breastfeed her. And then my best friend asked me to join a breastfeeding education class that is held by Indonesian Breastfeeding Mother Association in 2012. And then after that, I'm just amazed with the information that they provided. And then I decided to join them, volunteer with them. And then combined with my work experience, I worked previously in Indonesia, I worked in a hospital consulting firm. And then when I had my second son, which had congenital heart defect, and he had to go back and forth through hospitals until he had to undergone open heart surgery when he was 10 months old. And I just realized that not every hospital has implemented the 10 steps to successful breastfeeding. I was lucky because I joined the Indonesian Breastfeeding Mother Association. I have the information, I have the support system. Even despite all those supports, I still have challenges in breastfeeding my son. That's why I'm really passionate with the implementation of this particular policy in hospitals, because I believe that all babies have the rights to get the gold standard, which is breast milk. Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful. And so sorry to hear about your little one. That must have been very difficult at the time there. And you were saying something that is interesting to me. You had a lot of knowledge because it was your second child. You were already involved in lactation. You were volunteering. You were part of this. And so you had the knowledge and you know what to look for and to find possibly resources and help. But how many other mothers or families or parents are out there in a similar situation where their little one has to go for surgery or has to be in the NICU longer, and they might not know all that information, right? So that is why it's so important to bring that to information out there to the families and also to the facilities, right?
Yes. Yes, yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Mhm. So for the presentation, you're looking at what's new with the 10 steps to successful breastfeeding and updates and the cost benefit implication, because yeah, you have a background in public health, so you're looking at this of course also from the lens of the cost and benefit implications. And I feel like, and I don't know much about your presentation, I had just had a little sneak peek, but I feel like it's important to see also what are the benefits for the children, of course that's most important, and for the families, but also hospitals want to know what is there, when we implement it, what are the costs, what are we getting out of it as well, because if there are good benefits, which there are, it will be easier to take these concepts and implement them at the hospitals too, right?
Yeah, yes, that's what I hope for while working on my PhD. Actually, this is my second paper for my PhD. So
Mhm.
this is like a foundation for what I'm going to do in the next stage. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So talk a little bit about this presentation.
Yeah. So uh, when wrote this paper, I wrote this in 2019, the end of 2018. It was in my first year of my PhD, and WHO has published the new revision of the 10 steps. And it's really interesting for me to know what's the difference between the
Mhm.
1989, the old one, even though it's already published long time ago, but
Yeah.
well, at least in Indonesia, we don't have many hospitals that implement the 10 steps. So I'm wondering what's the difference now between the old one and the new one. And
Mhm.
um, what can we do? What can I do to advocate this policy through the hospital managers, the hospital owners in Indonesia at least, and
Mhm.
also the policymakers? Because breastfeeding is not only responsibility of a mother
Mhm.
herself, but in my experience, it's also a big responsibility of the policymaker,
Mhm.
especially for this particular policy is the hospital owners, hospital managers, and so on. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. And let me ask you this. I mean, you are really passionate about this field. I can hear that in your voice, and you have done this is now you are publishing several papers on this. And once you have concluded your PhD, where do you go? Where do you take all this knowledge from there? What do you hope to achieve then?
Yeah, I'm still I think I'm still dreaming. I'm still aiming to
Mhm.
have those innocent pure babies to
Mhm.
have their rights to be breastfed. But um, despite that, mothers needs to be supported as well, not to be blamed of
Yeah.
what they can or cannot do, can or cannot decide. They decide based on their situation, of course. So I just want to make in my part make some maybe like helping making policy that is better for mothers and families as well. In this case is through the hospital policy.
Wonderful. Well, Andini, thank you so much and for sitting down here with me and talking. And best wishes to you and your PhD, completing your PhD and helping put new policies in place in your area there. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Christine.
And for our viewers now, if you're curious about this presentation, if you would like to find out more about this presentation and all the other presentations that are part of the GOLD Lactation Online Conference, we invite you to visit goldlactation.com. There you'll find information about all the presentations. We have over 28 accredited hours of education for you as well, and from international speakers, just like Andini here, from wide-ranging topics. So please check it out, and I hope to see you all at the conference. And we get started just around the corner here on April 4th. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye-bye, everyone.